As of February 15th of 2026, there are currently 42 volcanoes which are actively erupting around the planet, a total which is 2 more than were erupting last week. One of these erupting volcanoes is Nicaragua's Masaya Volcano, which long ago was searched by conquistadors who incorrectly thought that gold lay buried within its active lava lake. While they, of course, did not find any gold, it is a reminder that this volcano has maintained an active lava lake for much of the last 500 years at a minimum. While its current eruption is almost purely effusive, the presence of a caldera indicates that thousands of years ago Masaya produced far more powerful and explosive eruptions. And now, here are this week's major volcano-related news stories. In Chile, a new volcanic eruption began at a more than 18,000-foot-high volcano known as Lascar, generating a plume of ash and strong thermal signatures visible from satellite. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, the Semeru volcano produced a series of increasing-length pyroclastic flows over a time span of several hours, going on to reach as far as 6 kilometers away from its summit. And in what is this week's top story, the Piton de la Fournaise volcano erupted anew on France's island of Reunion, generating an absolutely spectacular series of lava flows. This new eruption was completely confined within the 2700 BCE collapse scarp that defines a section of this shield volcano beginning at 10 a.m. local time on February 13th. As lava erupted 100 meters or 328 feet into the air via fountains of material, it fell back to the ground and quickly flowed down the slope. People near the summit at the time thankfully escaped unharmed, and within the next 20 minutes, additional fissures opened up due to a cone sheet moving in a westward direction. 30 minutes into the eruption, there were a dozen simultaneous lava fountains erupting a combined total of as much as 70 cubic meters per second. Then, a radial dike opened 2 fissures further to the southeast, cutting right through and even into the interior of the Piton Morgabim spatter cone. For a time, 11 separate fissures erupted unusually fluid lava, even more so than those typically erupted in Hawaii. The reason for this is that Piton de la Fournaise typically erupts a less silica-rich variety of lava known as picrobasalt, while Kilauea typically erupts just basalt. And the less silica a lava has, the more fluid it becomes. Thus, there were soon 15 advancing lava flows that flowed downslope at relatively high speeds. By the following day, all but one of these fissures had become inactive, with the remaining eruptive fissure outputting lava near the aforementioned spatter cone. Seemingly still erupting via at least a rate of 5.5 cubic meters per second, it is feeding a lava flow that has advanced to 2.6 kilometers west of the RN2 road. So far, I estimate that an area of 0.73 square kilometers or 0.28 square miles has been covered in lava flows, with an average lava flow thickness perhaps around 2 meters. Meanwhile, in Chile, the Lascar volcano, towering to an impressive height of 5,592 meters or 18,346 feet, produced a new eruption on February 8th. This eruption originated from its main crater at about the same location where its 2 prior eruptions occurred. The initial activity likely marked a lower-end phreatic eruption, generating an 800-meter-high eruption plume with some ash that drifted towards the northwest. Subsequently, strong thermal signatures originating from its aforementioned crater appeared, suggesting one of the following: the presence of fresh lava which is building a lava dome, hot tephra that was recently emplaced, or very hot fumaroles. Whichever of these is the case, in my opinion, I would still consider the volcano likely to produce further activity in the next month. And in Indonesia, the Semeru volcano produced a series of longer and longer-reaching pyroclastic flows on February 13th and 14th. Inflation had been occurring at Semeru's summit since its major November eruption, along with an increased rate of lava fusion in its dome. Thus, when another episode of unusually heavy rainfall occurred on the dome, rainwater seeped into it. It was then greatly heated, flashed to steam, and produced a series of explosions that broke apart minor parts of the lava dome to produce pyroclastic flows. The first one occurred at 10:56 a.m. on the 13th and was 3 kilometers long. More pyroclastic flows occurred throughout the day and night, which were up to 4 kilometers in length, and then at 5:54 a.m. the longest pyroclastic flow of the group occurred. The overall sequence of pyroclastic flows then ended at 9 a.m. local time on the 14th. And now, here's a quick list of all the world's volcanoes which are currently erupting. Additionally, here are some volcanoes showing signs of unrest which are not erupting as of the recording of this video on February 15th of 2026. As a final note, I would like to thank my YouTube channel members and patrons for supporting my work.